So we're getting lots of questions. So one of the questions I got was how well and how often I work on weight loss. That's actually not one of the things I do. Weight loss is very often something that happens because of what we do. More often than not, it is fat loss, not weight loss. Um, but it's not something I do. I don't like to work on weight loss. Specifically, I don't like to work on the weight loss because um, I think weight is a terrible measure for anything. It's not as bad as BMI, but it's a terrible measure of health because if you gain a pound of muscle and lose a pound of fat, you've lost zero fat. You lost zero muscle, you lose zero weight. Sorry, but you've substantially increased your health. And so what will end up happening a lot of times is people will lose 10 or 15, 20 pounds of fat, gain 10, 15 pounds of muscle. So the negative weight on this, so that the scale shows they lost 5 pounds. However, they look totally different. They feel totally different. Their health is in a radically different place. They've got to buy all new clothes. And when I was working on weight loss, we would see those changes, and people, mostly women, but people would come in and say, I haven't lost any weight. I don't feel like I've been successful, because their goal is what's on the scale. Um, so anybody who's been tracking what I've been doing, you can go back and you can look from day one till now. You can see that I've leaned out quite a bit. I have not lost a single pound yet. Still the exact same weight. I hover between 231 and 235. That's where I've been since we've started this. What was it? Almost 30 days ago. Because I'm still in a manner of build. Because if I can stay at 230, I can cut down to my weight for stage. It's not that hard. So that's been my goal: maintain the muscle, lose the fat, stay in that 228 to 233 range. That's my goal. So the only reason I'm weighing is because I have something. I've a weight class I have to meet on June 1st. So I'm trying to manage that. Weight is by far the worst way to ascertain and measure and track health. The way that I do it is with DEXA scans. So it's much more important to me what your body composition is than what your weight is. So when we send somebody in for a DEXA, let's say they weigh 200 pounds, and 3 months later we send them for another DEXA and they still weigh 200 pounds. However, their percentage body fat has gone from 16 to 10. That's a really, really good change. So 6% of that entire person's body was fat. So the weight of that person's body. So let's make that easier. Let's make it 5%. So 5% of 200 is 10 pounds. So they've lost 10 pounds of only fat, but they put on 10 pounds of muscle. So what ends up happening is that the scale doesn't change at all. But again, they are totally different. They feel totally different, and their health is radically different. So that's what I like to work on, is body composition change, health, wellness, because what I'm trying to do is create the highest quality of life for the longest period of time. That's all that my focus is on, is quality of life. Because here's the thing: at the end of the day, if you make a plan where you're going to quit smoking and quit drinking and quit eating all the food you like, and you're going to exercise more than you want to every day, and you're going to sleep 8 hours even though you don't want to, and you're going to do all these things, and you create this life that's going to make you live longer, but you're going to hate it, why would you do that? You don't get, it's not like you're going to, well, if you make these changes, you will live forever. All these people who are saying, well, I've made these changes and that means I'm going to live to 183 years old. Okay, doubt it, but all right. I have no idea where they're getting this concept that if they, manage this, take this supplement, do these things, they're going to be 183. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're going to be 183, and that's fantastic. I don't care. Like, I've told this to people all the time, and I need people to understand this is where I'm coming from. It's my philosophy. I'd rather die at 75, falling off a mountain I'm climbing, than die at 80, drooling on my pillow in the nursing home. Right? So the guy who's drooling on his pillow for the last 7 or 8 years of his life, he's still alive. So he gets to tell everybody, I lived to 90. Great. What was the quality of your life? If you were asleep for 12 hours a day, halfway, your mind was gone, so you weren't cognizant for 10 or 12 of them, and you're having somebody wipe your butt, take me out. I don't need to be there anymore. So it's all about quality of life. So like, people will come in and they tell me all the time, I got to quit smoking. I always go, do you got to quit or do you want to quit? Because if you got to quit, you're not gonna. If you want to quit, I can help you and you will. But if you got to quit, that means that someone else is forcing you, or someone or something is forcing you to quit, but you don't really want to. So with that guy, we'll usually be like, look, don't smoke the whole pack, smoke 4 or 5, enjoy the hell of that 4 or 5. Maybe we change you from like Marlboro to American Spirit that has less chemicals in it, but we buffer the change. And so you still get to have your cigars, you still get to have your cannabis, you still get to have your cigarettes, you still get to have your bourbon, whatever it is, but your quality of life stays high and your function stays high longer. That's what it means to me. So do you have to quit drinking and smoking? If you want to, it makes it easier. But if that gives your life a lot of pleasure, don't. Now, you can obviously take this to the nth degree and be like, well, then can I keep smoking crack and doing cocaine? No, Hunter, I can't. There's certain things that we can't work into your lifestyle and make you still healthy. However, there's a lot of things we can. So that's the question I've been getting over and over again. And there's things I do that will make you lose weight or make you lose fat, but that's not what I'm trying to do. That's not the goal. Lots of times people will come to me with a very short window. I have a role I'm trying to get. I have this thing I'm trying to get. I need to lose 20, 30 pounds in the next 2-3 months. All right, we can do that. And then they usually will stay with me to maintain their health and function after that. Usually we do that for actresses or actors who are trying to get roles, or guys who are trying to cut for specific things. One of the ones we do a lot, and again, this isn't weight focused, but we get a lot of guys in who their wife died. They were surprised by a divorce, or she's cheating on him, and this works for women too. This is just the last 4 or 5 I had were all men. And they're like, look, I got to get back in the game. I got to look better. I got to feel better. I have more energy because I'm about to be, single dad, and I got to get out and do these things. For a single mom, I got to get out and do these things. And then I have a lot of guys who come in and go, I need to be better for my wife or my kids. So that's typically what we're seeing. But that's where that one goes. I made some comments about castor packs and coffee enemas. The videos are on YouTube. Just go to my YouTube channel, Dr. Chalmers 1. So the vast majority of my social, I'm trying to make all my social Dr. Chalmers and the number 1. So if you're on any socials, TikTok, X, whatever it is, just look up Dr. Chalmers and the number 1. That should be it. So check out the YouTube. They're on there. They should be on the Pillars of Wellness website. If they're not, I'll make sure they get on there. So all of the things that we're doing, all of the reviews on food, all the recipes we're going to be having. My wife's going to start, making a bunch of the keto stuff we make. She's going to be recording how she does it. We're going to be posting all the recipes. A lot of these recipes we get from books, we get from online, we get from friends. We're going to be making sure we give credit to everybody. What'll happen is if we get it out of for instance, the Ultimate Keto Baking Guide is a phenomenal book if you're looking for books. So we'll take the recipe from there and we'll tweak it. And so what we're going to end up doing is saying, this is where we got the recipe. Here was the original recipe. And then next we'll be like, here's the tweaks we made. Like some of the things we like a little bit sweeter. And so we'll add in extra, whatever the sweetener is. I prefer monk fruit and erythritol, but if we're going to use allulose or we're going to use whatever, we'll put that in there. Some of the stuff we do without crust. So for instance, I talk about the pecan pie I eat all the time and the cheesecake I eat all the time. The crust holds a tremendous amount of fat and not a whole lot of fiber. And so what we'll end up doing is we'll make it without the crust, and just to change the macro function of it a little bit. And so we will explain how to do that and why we do that and stuff like that in the videos and that sort of stuff. So if you're looking for recipes, those are coming. If you're looking for how to do castor packs and stuff like that, it's all going to be at pillarsofwellness.com. We're going to start shifting everything over to Pillars of Wellness here in a little bit because it's just structured a little bit better for everything. So you guys check out pillarsofwellness.com. The socials are all going to stay where they're at, Dr. Chalmers 1. But all the stuff that my wife and I are going to be doing, all those videos, all the reviews on all the foods are going to go there. So, and I will tell you that when I was first excited about all the reviews we're doing. So I was like, I get to eat all these chocolates and candies and cookies, and this is going to be awesome. So far, the reviews have kind of been everything we've gotten has kind of been like the bagels were great though. I will tell you, the plain bagels were great. The bread was great. The everything bagel, I wish was a little bit more everything. I know, but you can fix that. You can just toss, put cream cheese on it, toss a little everything seasoning on top of it. You're good to go. So So those are going to start rolling out in about 2 weeks. So we'll have a bunch of those different chocolates and stuff like that. And one of the things is that if you guys decide, hey, well, the things that you guys like, the way you guys taste things is the same as your taste. So my taste and your taste are equal. Then it'll be a lot easier, and I can save you guys some money, because some of the things online were terrible. Like, not just like they looked really good, I was really excited about them. So, you know, that kind of tells you where those things are. So maybe we can save you guys some money after you guys you try some stuff. I didn't like it, you didn't like it either. I tried some stuff, you liked it, and you're like, all right, our tastes are similar. Then you can just be like, okay, hey, the things that you guys like, I'll try those first. So we can go through and do those. The desserts, though, like if you're willing to make them at home, man, this diet's awesome. I mean, like literally, like I had so much cake and pie last night and pizza that I was uncomfortable this morning. So, and I'm losing fat. So now there's a whole play in that, how it works. And people have been asking, you know, if I'll walk them through it and stuff like that. So we're going to start making webinars as well. I'm going to do a webinar on how the body actually works. So the glucose fed system, the keto system, or the fat oxidizing system. We'll walk through both of those so that everybody understands how they work and how they can best utilize them for themselves. Because not everybody needs to be doing keto. Not everybody can do keto. Not everybody should be doing a glucose fed diet. And some people have to. So as we go through it, I'll explain how it works, the whole chemistry of it, and then I'll explain how you choose to get into that state and how you do it. So because I oftentimes give more information than people want, I'm going to do it 2 ways in the same video. I'm going to give a really short, this is how you do it, and then I'm going to give a really long chemistry version of this is why, and this is how all these things work. And here's all the supplementation I take to fix the chemical pathways that are in there. So we're going to do a short and a long version. It'll be in the same webinar. So you can go really deep, because if you nerd out on this stuff. But if you're just like, just give me the bullet points, that'll be the first part of the video. So those are coming in the next 2-3 weeks. I hope to have them up by the beginning of May, end of April, at the beginning of May. So we'll see where those guys are at. But keep the questions coming. They're great. A lot of them I just answer back, because if you guys ask me very specific questions about like your blood pressure, that's how we go that. If you guys are looking for supplementation to just really help with blood pressure, Kidney Complex, Allison, those are going to be some of the best ones. I don't know why Instagram pauses me all the time, but it does. But anyway, so thanks for your time. If you guys have any more questions, remember, questions@chalmerswellness.com. Thanks for your time. Bye.